Nice little Nandi and the Shivling in the middle of the river. One specific thing that I noticed about Hinduism and that I really like and would love to delve into a little bit deeper, which is the fact that basically they assign gods to everything that is natural, from the natural world, like rivers, trees, plants. The one thing that is quite a clear sign that they probably don't really understand it in that way is the extreme pollution that you see all around, and also in this river it's not the cleanest water you can find probably. And there's a lot of pollution and people just throw stuff everywhere, and they don't really treat nature as it is God, like as the Yes, I had an eye on it, but I'm good now. I'll stay with my stuff. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Nice. So that was the place where I did the puja, the one with the Mercury Ling, Shivling. And over there, watch out, watch out, watch out. I'll film it a little bit better. That's the orange place is where we just met the guru. It's really nice water though. It was quite refreshing. Had a good swim, guys. It's nice. Very nice.
You give me Hindi, ne? Hindi?
No Hindi. Jai Sri Mahakal.
Only English.
Only English, yes.
You country?
Netherlands. Netherlands?
Netherlands.
Bye guys.
Bye. Bye guys.
The sun is coming through. That's a little, it's the monastery. Jai Sri Mahakal. It's really pretty inside. How would you have like a nice little bridge show? Nice little Nandi and the Shivling in the middle of the river. One specific thing that I noticed about Hinduism and that I really like and would love to delve into a little bit deeper, which is the fact that basically they assign gods to everything that is natural, from the natural world, like rivers, trees, plants, as we've also learned from Maham with the Ayurveda interview. They assign a god to every type of tree. They assign a god to every river, Saraswati, the Ganga. As you can see, this is like a big thing in Hinduism. Like there's people from all over India coming here, specifically here to have a dive in these waters, which for them means that they can wash away all their sins. Personally, I don't know about that, if that's really the case, and if things work like that. But as a placebo, there's definitely something to it. The mind is always stronger, and your thoughts will create your reality if you really truly believe that that is the case, that it works. But one thing that I do want to point out is that by assigning a god to all these natural things, you really start to understand that God is in everything and that we're all connected through that unifying source that has, like, in the deeper core of the onion, which I also, how I explain it in the book that I am writing and publishing soon. So the unifying core, we have like different levels of reality. We have the physical body, which is like the outer layer of the onion. We have the energy body, we have the mental body, we have the wisdom body, which is like the energy field of information, the unifying information field. And we have the bliss body, which is really the core of it. And through all these layers, everything becomes more increasingly dense and connected. And it all grows out of this core into different layers of how source is expressing itself. So things, through the different layers, everything becomes increasingly more fragmented and seemingly unconnected and physical. And also, of course, in that way, rivers and trees and plants, everything natural is growing out of that same core. So by assigning a god to it in Hinduism, you really understand or make it very clear that God is in everything and connects all of us. And I'm not entirely sure, probably not, that Hinduism or people understanding it in that specific way as I just explained it, but that's definitely the way that I understand it, and why I think it is really a good thing that this is happening, and it's really a complete huge difference from how in Europe we engage with nature and see things. The one thing that is quite a clear sign that they probably don't really understand it in that way is the extreme pollution that you see all around, and also in this river. It's not the cleanest water you can find, probably. And there's a lot of pollution and people just throw stuff everywhere, and they don't really treat nature as it is God, like as the way that they're saying or worshipping or venerating these water bodies and these trees. I must be honest, they don't really treat it like that. So to me, that is a sign that they probably don't really intrinsically understand the thing that I just, and live the thing that I just explained to you guys. But that being said, it's still much better than nothing at all, I think, because you do connect with it in a different way, in a spiritual, in an energetic way. And like I said, the mental part is huge in this as well. And one other little fragment that I wanted to zoom into is to point out, to highlight, is that of course our bodies are also made for like 70%, our cells are made for 70% out of water. So being in the vicinity of such a huge water body, it has some kind of balancing effect, of course. So all the energy, negative energies that we have within our water molecules that are part of these cells. And also in my book I explain a bit more about the work of Masaru Emoto and the effect of thoughts and music and speech towards water. It changes the molecule structure into more harmonic or disharmonic, broken molecules, which depends, of course, on the type of energy that you send to it. So I think what is going on here is that by balancing something that is so pure, like by being in the water that is so pure and from the source of real nature, it helps you to kind of balance that energy between the water of this huge water body, and your own water body. And that helps to maybe give away a little bit of the negativity that you have stored in your own water molecules through negative thinking or through sins that you have gone through. That's really helping to rebalance, to reharmonize those structures, because this is like a much larger and much stronger water body energy field that you are submerging yourself in, of course. So in that way, explaining it like that, actually, like realizing it does make actually a lot of sense that you would clean away like negativity from your body, washing it away by being in a big water body. But of course that basically goes for any kind of big water body that you're in. Also swimming in the sea has, of course, like a very nice and calming, soothing effect on our mental state. It's only the fact that you connect it with something higher, something metaphysical, something godly, as what they do here in India. That's the big difference between them, and then makes it more intentional and more conscious for you to have these effects working on you. So for everybody that is like in India and was not aware of it, maybe this helps to shed a little bit of light on what is actually happening here.
Hello.
And a very similar thing is actually happening with trees, but we're not in the vicinity of trees right now. I think for now this is good enough, and I think you enjoyed the lively scene in the background while I was talking, because it's really amazing to see all these temples on the riverbank. It's such a beautiful view. Really enjoy it. As a little complementary or additional thought that I had while after this walk out past the water body is that to explain like the harmonizing effect, it's basically a very similar way as walking bare feet on soil, like on or on grass, like on something directly hit to nature, because it's like your nadis that end in your hands and in the soles of your feet, which are the energy channels that also pass through everywhere in our body. By letting them make contact with something natural like the soil through your feet, you are using your body as a conductor. You let the energy, the prana, flow through yourself, and by having contact with the ground, bare feet, you are able to give away, like let it basically stream through you. And that has a harmonizing effect as well, because you can basically shed off negativity because you are harmonizing it with something larger, something that can basically take your earthing, your grounding, just as the way that electricity needs like a grounding part of the socket to let the excess electricity go through, like pass away. Very similar to our bodies and the prana energy that is flowing through it. So by being in water and basically having every part of your body contacting this big energy, this natural body, it helps in exactly the same kind of way. And I thought that was a nice little clarification. Jai Shri Mahakal.
पुलिस आपकी सुरक्षा के लिए है, पुलिस का सहयोग। भालू कृपया ध्यान दें, नदी में पानी गहरा है, घाट पर बंधी रस्सी
Netherlands.
से आगे ना जाएं, किनारे पर बैठकर
Ben.
स्नान करें। नदी में तैरना सब मना है।
Hi.
अपने बच्चों और
Nice to meet you.
मित्रों को हाथ पकड़कर स्नान
I am
कराएं।
Sunil Pandey.
Sunil Pandey?
Sunil Pandey.
Sunil Pandey. Nice to meet you, Sunil Pandey.
Are you?
Ben.
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 Oh, thank you. Kहाँ से?
Huh?
Where are you?
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Netherlands, yes.
Oh.
पुलिस आपकी सुरक्षा के लिए है, आगे ना जाए, किनारे पर
Say hi.
बैठकर स्नान करें। नदी में तैरना सख्त मना है।
जय श्री
अपने
महाकाल।
बच्चों और वृद्धों को हाथ
Your
पकड़कर
YouTube
स्नान
name?
करवाएं। नहाते
Yours
समय
to source.
अपने सामान को
Yours to
नहाने
source.
ना
YouTube
छोड़ें।
channel?
घाट एवं पुल पर
Yours
खड़े
to
हों,
source.
सेल्फी मिले। घाट पर वाहन
Your one country or America?
Netherlands. Netherlands. Europe. Europe.
सुरक्षा के लिए है, नदी में पानी गहरा है, घाट पर बंद।
Join the Yours to Source email course today, subscribe to my mailing list, and ensure you never miss a step on this journey of spiritual growth. Your path to aligning with Source and discovering how it wants to express itself through you begins here.